I'm Scott Baradell, president of Idea Grove, and at Idea Grove we think ideas are precious, and ideas for good stories and good content are especially precious online today. When we talk about inbound PR, what we're talking about is that your PR ideas, your stories that you're pitching to the media, their lifespan shouldn't end there. Those same ideas should be the lifeblood of your entire inbound marketing program. So when we talk about an inbound marketing program, there are three elements to it: awareness generation, engagement, and conversion. PR, along with social media efforts and search marketing, are ways to get people to find out about you and come to your website where you can engage them with, hopefully, good content and good ideas, good stories that make them either want to do business with you by filling out a landing page, calling you, they're ready to do business and you sold them. Or they just like the information that you're giving. Not content where you're selling yourself, but just content where you're helping them get a better perspective on their industry or some insights that they're not getting somewhere else. Those kinds of story ideas and content ideas are what lead individuals who visit your site to convert by subscribing to your blog, subscribing to your email list so you can send them monthly newsletters, other email offers, other types of email marketing to nurture those relationships. So the common thread through all of these elements of an inbound marketing program is ideas. Good story ideas that don't end with a press release, but have a life beyond that. Okay, so here's an example of a press release that Idea Grove put out. It's for a client in the outplacement space. And the good idea behind this was that outplacement has been traditionally thought of as something that companies give to laid off employees. But increasingly, it's also being used by corporate recruiters as an incentive to to bring employees to relocate by offering outplacement to those recruits' spouses. Since they're being uprooted too, they may have, there's a dual income situation where that person needs a job too for that household to get by and to maintain their standard of living. So it's a big incentive that more and more employers are offering. So we thought this was an interesting story, an opportunity for thought leadership. We put out a press release on it, but we didn't stop there. We pitched it to the media. HR Magazine, the leading human resources trade, wrote a story on the topic. And that's where most PR firms might have stopped. But today, you really have to do more than that if you really want to have an impact in terms of driving engagement and conversion. So we also wrote an article, so a CEO bylined story that appeared in another trade publication. We also created a video, a journalistic style video, where we interviewed our client's CEO about the topic of spousal outplacement. That got some pickup in addition to being shared across social media, YouTube, Vimeo, those sites, as well as Facebook and other social sites. Then we turned it into a series of blog posts. We promoted the topic and the posts through an email marketing campaign using Marketo, which is the marketing automation software that client used. So we managed that for them through a series of posts that led individuals to do business with our client through special offers that were sent along with those emails. So this gives you an idea of how you can take one idea that might have just been a few years ago a media pitch and turn it into an idea that drives an entire inbound marketing campaign. There are two reasons why this is so important and why I think inbound PR is the PR of the future. It's that, at all the different marketing channels that you're trying to reach your customers and prospects online today, you need to have consistency. Brands need to be consistent in their messaging. The more times you tell the same story, the more impactful that's going to be. The same person, the public sees press releases today too, not just the media. So someone in the public, including a prospect or a potential partner, might see your press release in a Google search. They might find your blog post. They might be on your email list. They might see your video. So these are all different ways that this message and its association with you as a thought leader can be hammered home. So consistency is very important in terms of effectiveness of branding and marketing. The other element that's also incredibly important today is just efficiency of efforts and efficiency of ideas. The number of social media sites out there are unlimited. The number of websites out there are unlimited. The number of good ideas are very limited. So you need to make the most of the ones you have. The ancient Alaskans, the Inuits, were known for using every part of the whale. They ate the meat. They turned the blubber into oil for their lamps. They turned the ribs of the whale into the rafters of their homes. They turned the jawbones into the runners for their sleds. They turned the whalebone hair into their fishing line. So in the same way that that Inuits understood that a whale was a precious commodity and you needed to get everything you could from it, we need to understand today in marketing that good stories are precious, and we need to get everything we can from those stories across all our marketing channels. And that's what we mean by inbound PR. And I hope this case study has been helpful to you in getting a better understanding of it.